video is gonna be something else. We're gonna watch some notepad. I don't know. Just YouTube, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, we're gonna watch some. Let's watch. Like, wait, I didn't see this. Yeah, that's a song, I guess so. Cause yeah, how about we're gonna do some? I'm gonna guess oh no, we're gonna watch some of these.
Like and subscribe now, or you're gonna have fun this week.
We're gonna watch today.
In today's video, I have to survive 100 days on the Atlantic Ocean. I have 3 objectives. First, create my very own gigantic...
We need
Like and subscribe now, or you're gonna have bad luck this week.
In most cases, you wouldn't care about the contents of an animal's stomach. That's because most of the time they are filled with regular stuff, like half-ate carcasses, a bunch of grasses, and other gooey and disgusting stuff. But other times, the stomachs of animals do yield some incredible surprises. Researchers, scientists, and ordinary people just looking for a meal have made astonishing discoveries in the stomachs of animals over the past few years. And today, we'll be going through some of these discoveries. Number 1 will literally give you the creeps, so watch out for that. Number 10, the lake trout with a human thumb. There are many things you'd expect to find when you cut up a lake trout. You expect to find guts, a heart, some blood, bones, and all of the things that constitute the insides of lake trouts. What you surely do not expect to find is a human thumb, but it happened anyway. In 1992, a fisherman in Wyoming made the discovery of a lifetime. It was a severed thumb in the stomach of a trout he'd just caught. Amazingly, the missing thumb was later traced to a man named Robert Lindsay. So, how did Robert's thumb find its way into the stomach of a trout? Well, it's a long story. The year before, he'd been involved in a boating incident where 2 of his fingers and his thumb had been cut off by a propeller. His missing fingers were found and attached, but the missing thumb was not. And how could it have been found? It was sitting pretty inside the stomach of a trout. It's easy to see how the trout could have found the thumb in the water and swallowed it. What's not easy to see, though, is why the thumb had remained undigested in the stomach of the trout for over a year. Number 9, Jumbo the elephant. Elephants are perhaps the most fantastic beasts on the surface of the earth. Right now, we can only think of one animal bigger and more extraordinary, and that's the blue whale. During the days where traveling circuses were all the rave, many circuses had highly intelligent elephants as part of their act. Sometimes these balanced themselves on tricycles. One of these circus animals was an elephant named Jumbo. Jumbo was so big and so popular that many people believe it introduced the word jumbo, which means large in the English language. When Jumbo grew old and died, it was cut so that different body parts could be sent to different institutions. The people cutting Jumbo up got the shock of their lives when they got to its stomach. In it, they found an entire junkyard worth of scrap. This included a police whistle, screws, keys, and pennies. Number 8, tiger shark and human arm. Sometimes we find fairly odd but regular things in the stomach of animals. Around anymore. Number 5, the frog and the rock. How tasty do you think rocks are? Have you ever tried tasting one? No, you haven't? Then how do you know they aren't ridiculously tasty? Perhaps you don't know. In fact, according to one frog, you're probably missing out on one of the tastiest meals on earth by not eating rocks. At least that's what we think this frog would say if it could speak. This exotic frog was once discovered to be in love with eating rocks. When the owner saw it snacking on a nearby pile of rocks, he decided that he'd get the frog checked up by a vet. The owner and the vet both were shocked upon discovering that the stomach of the frog was filled with huge rocks. Shockingly, the funny thing, and had no symptoms that could point out what he was going through, which was pretty weird. Thankfully, the vet was able to